morning and welcome to Market Opening on our collab show between Business Today and India Today TV. All set to get you all the market opening action. Let's take a look at what's making news in the corporate and financial world this morning. The BJP Alliance's emphatic win in Bihar is likely to push markets higher for a sixth straight session. The Nifty had jumped more than half a percentage point in the last 30 minutes of trade on Friday. Asian markets, a mixed bag. Investors wait for triggers as US agencies begin releasing key indicators, including employment numbers. Chandrababu Naidu sets his sights on making Andhra a global innovation hub, tells Business Today TV in an exclusive chat that he will draw from his legacy of creating Hyderabad's IT ecosystem in the 1990s to ride the next boom in AI, quantum technologies, drones, electronics and green energy. Sees investments of over 30 lakh crores and 50 lakh new jobs in the next 3 years. Spotlight on tea and spices stocks as Donald Trump announces yet another rollback in his tariffs. With rising prices pinching the U.S. consumer, the U.S. president lowers import duty on nearly 200 food and agricultural items, from spices to tea and dry fruits. Defense manufacturers in the private sector are in focus today after a warning shot by the Chief of Defense Staff. General Anil Chauhan wants the industry to show a little more patriotism, says there has to be more nationalism and patriotism in the industry's profit-driven endeavors. Also wants more truthfulness on indigenization figures. It's the end of the road for the penny in the U.S. Trump administration halts production of 1-cent coins after 232 years. But if you're an investor, get your hands on some of the last set of U.S. pennies minted this week. They may be worth a fortune, with experts estimating they could sell for up to $5 million. All right, let's take a look at the markets set up this morning. First, pull up U.S. markets for you overnight or late on Friday and how they fare, the indicators that they're setting for the week going ahead. Pretty much flat, minor downtick on the Dow as of now as they await more and more economic data coming in. Asia this morning, let's pull that up for you as well and take a look at what's happening there. And then, of course, we'll come to what we're anticipating on the Nifty this morning. Bihar's sweeping mandate is already echoing on D Street, with Jeffries calling it a clean sentiment reset. The big win, they say, puts consumption right back in the spotlight, and the market mood is now shifting fast. For more on this, let's also go across to BTTV's Aishwarya Patil, who'll take us through the Jeffries report and really why this is significant. Remember, we've been watching out for the consumption boom, and she's going to be talking us through the details of the report, with Jeffries calling it a clean sentiment reset. They say the big win puts consumption right back in the spotlight and that the market mood is shifting and shifting very fast. So we'll get more on that report in just a moment. Let me also welcome in Shailendra Bhatnagar, Chief Analyst and Editor of Markets, and we'll have Ajay Baka joining us shortly. Shail, good morning. We've been tracking the index, all through last week, inching up to new highs. What's in store this Monday morning?
Well, a very good morning to you, Abha. And if a penny can be worth $5 million, then our markets definitely have a good leg up pending in the remaining part of Remember. So one out is the elections in Bihar. The second is the rally that we saw from a low of 25,740 to almost 26,000 yesterday, which was Friday. A very strong move expected now. We should have a decent close above 26,000 today, driven primarily by large caps, metals, PSUs, defense in particular, and of course, the rally now spreading to broader markets like insurance, like mining, a lot of move coming into.
All right, we're going to fix that connection with Shail and go back to him in just a moment. And we'll also have Ajay Baka joining us. Ajay, good morning. Tracking the index, steady start. All factors in play are intact. We've got the Bihar momentum also coming in. And Jeffries in particular is saying this is going to be a huge fillip. What's your take in terms of where we are headed from here? Close to 26,000, of course. What next?
Yeah, but thanks for having me on your show. Delighted to be back on air with you. Overall, if you see, Bihar is a sentimental positive for the markets. There is policy continuity as well as political stability. If you see the makeup of the central government, out of 293 MPs, 12 are from JDU and 16 are from Telugu Desam. So the risk was that if there was an adverse result in Bihar, there could be talk starting again of coalition partners moving out or upping the ante in terms of their demands. Now, all that gets put to rest. So I would say after June 2024, this is the most important, most significant landmark for Modi term three. This gives a lot of political stability as well as policy continuity and courage to take more policy reforms. I think the formula that came out of giving direct benefit transfers to women and women coming out and voting in large proportion, 72% of the female electorate cast its vote. And they made the difference across caste lines. They made a huge impact. So I think that formula has come out very well, Abba. And a lot of state governments will be looking at that.
All right, super interesting. I'm going to dive a little deeper into that Jeffries report and pull out some of their top picks as well. Let me go across to Aishwarya on that. Aishwarya?
Well, Jeffries has put out a report post the Bihar elections, and this is their view on that. Of course, they're saying that the big win in Bihar and the couple of other elections since June 2024 that they've won, almost 5 out of 6, they have had a majority. This will give a bit of a consumption boost to the consumption pack, of course, and they've named some of the stocks. But before that, they've highlighted that the direct benefit cash transfers that have been made in Bihar, that in the next 2 to 3 years also, we'll see this kind of trend happening in the polls to happen in the next couple of months. Also in the other state elections, that trend could continue, and this could sort of work in a political favor as a big swing for BJP is what they're saying. They're also betting that the next few state elections, including Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Assam, also we could see this trend. And so this will react positively as far as the consumption space is concerned. They've highlighted some of the stocks that could benefit, and the theme includes Bharti Airtel, Vishal Megamart, two-wheelers, of course. They've said TVS could be in focus. There could be a consumption FMCG pack. We could see GCPL. We could see Marico, Jubilant. And on the consumer durable side, you could see Crompton Consumers. So these are few of the stocks from this pack that they've highlighted. A good fillip as far as the consumption space is concerned. View here by Jeffries. Back to you.
Fantastic, Aishwarya. Thanks so much. And I'm going to take that question straight to you, Ajay. And we're counting down to opening. But from the consumption basket, an entire gamut that Aishwarya also pulled out from the report, where would you be the most focused?
I think durables and two-wheelers will take off first. Staples, we have seen volume contraction because urban demand went down. Rural demand has held up, and on the back of a good monsoon, rural demand will continue to do well. Urban demand, because of lack of wage growth and the very high youth unemployment, we have seen urban demand lagging. So staples are valuation-wise and volume growth-wise not still in a good zone, but durables and two-wheelers should be direct beneficiaries of this consumption boom. The GST cut of September 22nd has had a good impact on consumption, and I think more on the white goods, electronics, as well as two-wheelers. That's where I would see value and good growth also coming in.
All right, great. So those are some of Ajay's picks from the consumption basket. Let's take a look at the index on opening. A nice spot of green, just about, really. So even though we were waiting for some kind of fillip, maybe it'll pick up during the day. But 25,920 is where we're trending at right now, and it's looking good. Nifty Bank is up 0.2% as well. Let's pull up some of the gainers and losers for you and see where the action is at this morning. We've also got a whole host of stocks and news this Monday. We'll run through those. But Hero, top of the charts, as of course we were just discussing in two-wheelers. Kotak Mahindra Bank, Apollo Hospital, some of the other names there. On the upside this morning, we've got Tata Consumer again, up about 0.7% consumption play there. On the downside, we've got IT sitting out, Adani Enterprises, clearly some profit booking coming in there after last week. We've also got Infy down this morning, not lending any support to the index, and some of those metal majors as well. So perhaps that's where some of the pressure is coming in from IT for sure. All right, let's go across to Shell as well. Shell, what are you spotting on opening?
Well, it's a green tick, Abha, as you mentioned. I'm looking at the advanced decline ratio, fairly strong. 1,200 shares in the green, 500 in the red. Overall, 19 indices are in the green, so it's a good start to Monday. Strong moves coming into transformers and rectifiers. Remember, this was a stock that was trashed all of last week, so another 6% after Friday's 10% uptick. Hospitals are doing well. Narayan Hridayalaya leading the chart, 6.5% higher. Strong moves coming into Garden Reach. So a bit of defense is on the offense, an all-time high for Marico, MCX, City Union Bank, and State Bank of India. Abha.
It is a lot of green on the screen, have to say that. So even though we're not seeing runaway gains, it's pretty strong. And I would say IT, we've got Asian Paints, Indigo, Titan, some of the others there that are keeping a little pressure on the index. But otherwise, we're pretty much flat with a touch of positive bias and lots of green on the screen right now. Let's pull up some of those stocks in news, see if any of those are reacting. We've got KPI Green on an order win. We've got Anant Raj on laying out capex plans. Idea Forge, again, order win there. Rane Madras, again, order win. Adani Energy Solutions. So lots of activity in the market. Even BL Kashyap, guiding for a 6,000 crore order book. So lots of action in the broader markets on the back of some of these names and what we're seeing coming in when it comes to power, infrastructure, renewables, and so on and so forth. Energy as well. So let me come across to you, Ajay, on some of these themes, because we're definitely seeing that kind of outlay being invested in the markets, lots of buzz when it comes to some of the capital flow in these sectors.
Yeah, absolutely, Abhay. If you look at the September quarterly earnings, the standouts have been cement, again, input costs going down and realizations going up. It's been capital goods, it's been telecom, a lot of oil and gas. Refining margins are really on fire because a lot of refineries have shut down for maintenance. The Russian issues are there where Ukraine is attacking Russian refineries. That output has gone down. And we are seeing refining margins very high, and oil and gas is a direct beneficiary. They are outperforming. Metals have done very well. Again, the year-on-year earnings growth in metals, more than 20%. So these are some of the sectors which are beneficiaries on a global scale, which are coming in. IT is a contrarian bet that the AI infrastructure is being put in. Now the end use has to be formulated, and some companies have to help the manufacturing companies, the service companies to make use of this infrastructure where our IT steps in. So there is some contrarian buying happening in IT. Banks and financials have lagged more because whenever interest rates come in, you see a NIM compression in the first 2 quarters. That has hit. So you saw poorer results than anticipated. But going ahead, these stay in a rock-solid economy. They are the funders of the economy. They will catch up again in terms of earnings. So renewables, metals who are suppliers into renewables, power, which will really power up the AI and the semiconductor boost, the entire PLI manufacturing boost. You need power for that. So all those sectors are going to be great beneficiaries.
All right, we've also got a whole host of stocks on the Andhra Pradesh buzz and Naidu's comments. So whether it's EPAC Durable, also planning expansion in Andhra Pradesh. We've got, for instance, GRSC also signing an MOU with AP for a shipyard, a greenfield shipyard. So that particular pocket is buzzing. We've also got PSUs in the news. Remember, the government may announce the PSU bank reform that they've been talking about, the merger roadmap in April, May. Sources say that they may consolidate those PSU banks in 2-3 tranches across the next few years. They'll see the second quarter results before deciding on those bank mergers. This has been in the offing. We've been talking about it for the last couple of months, and now further clarity gradually emerging in terms of what could possibly be on the cards with regards to this. So that's going to be critical. You touched upon banks, Ajay, but I want to get a further view from you on this and on PSU banks in particular. I think from among the pack, there are the really 2-3 that the market seems to be focused on. But I want to get your perspective on what this will mean for the entire pack in terms of value and returns.
Yeah, they're standing in a very good spot. Abha, overall, if you see PSU banks are a strong buy. They've cleaned up their balance sheets. They have growth capital, and they have an owner in terms of the government, which wants to do a lot of M&As and create value. So overall, if you see right now, the government is sitting on more political capital than it had in 2024, just after the general elections. I think this period until the UP elections, you have a very strong window for the government to push through reforms. And we are anticipating this political capital will be encashed in terms of reforms. So the big PSU banks will be the beneficiaries. They will absorb the smaller banks. And we are seeing that with the top 2-3 really being bid up.
Okay. Kotak Bank also in the news. Remember, they're going to be mulling that stock split on the 21st of November. So just to mark that from the private banking space, keep an eye on Kotak Bank and anything that comes out of that with regards to the stock split news. It's up a little over 1% today. A whole host of pharma stocks, of course, in the news, but I'm not sure they're necessarily reacting on the screens. Lupin with, again, news around an inspection. Same with Divi's Lab. Glenmark launching 10 new injectables in North America. Dr. Reddy's, again, closing a US FDA observation with a green chit there. So a whole host of them in the news. Shell, what else are you tracking in terms of action on opening?
Well, Abha, I think it's PSUs and PSUs all the way. Look at how Steel Authority of India is moving around 140 to 144 band. Look at how NMDC is now firming up. Within the financing pack, railway giant IRFC is now buzzing in the green. IREDA from the renewable space is doing very well. You have a strong move coming into Massgaon Dock, Garden Reach. So the PSU pack, apart from the banking, is doing immensely well. Look at gains coming into Canara Bank, State Bank of India, in particular Bank of India. This is something that is moving after 3.5 years. So Bank of India is something that needs to be on the top of agenda as far as traders are concerned. This is a very, very good balance sheet and doing immensely well in the markets after a very long gap. So there's a lot of catch up to do as far as the PSU banking basket and in particular Bank of India is concerned. Abha.
All right, great. Thank you for that, Shell. Now, Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has opened the state's most ambitious investment and tech-led revival drive in years, from Space City to Quantum Valley. In an exclusive chat with Business at 8 TV, he tells us why Andhra Pradesh is back in business and how his reforms aim to deliver real, unstoppable growth. Here's a small excerpt from his conversation with BTTV's Karishma Sudan.
Today I can say proudly, Telugu community all over the world are earning highest per capita income, even better than Jewish. Jewish are wealthiest. Our people are going to cross them. Again today, I had a very bad time. Last 5 years, brand of AP is destroyed. Total institutions are defunct. Financial crisis is deepened. But fortunately, last election, with NDA, thumping majority, historic victory, 94% strike rate, 57% vote. Never in the history in Andhra Pradesh. Even 94, that was a sweeping, big victory, but not this victory. Then confidence is, people are having confidence. Now how to get it done? I promised Super 6. Then I promised development and also good governance. These were 18 months I worked very hard, systematically, analyzing future trends now. Now, trend is AI.
Yeah.
Government of India announced some policies. Green hydrogen mission and also quantum mission and also so many initiatives about deregulation of space sector, so many things they announced. I took advantage of it. Now I created space city, drone city, and also electronic city, and also quantum computer is coming by January, and also quantum computer valley, quantum valley I created. Everything I took advantage. Now I promoted investment consciously. Today I can say proudly, never I imagined, I promised 20 lakh jobs as Super 6. Today I can say proudly, 20 lakh crores investment is coming within 18 months and 20 lakh jobs we are going to create. Today I announced one more important reform, that is escrow account with sovereign guarantee. No investor has to come to any government functionary. Once he started his factory, almost all automatic clearances, free doing business, ease of doing business or speed of doing business, you call anything, you can get it done. His incentives will be guaranteed.
Okay, all about technology there in Andhra Pradesh. Ajay, I think the theme this morning is pretty clear with regards to, of course, we spoke about consumption and how it's rolling out as a theme that we might see across states. Of course, Chandrababu Naidu talking about the big tech play when it comes to Andhra. If you had to leave me with one stock this morning before I let you go, what would it be?
Stock not allowed, Abha, but India's time is coming. Overall, I'll say we have underperformed for the last 14 months and underperformed hugely. 30% underperformance versus emerging markets based on our valuations, based on earnings drought. Now, on a year-on-year basis, we've grown 15% earnings. In September, December is going to be better. Up to 12 lakh rupees, you're not paying any personal income tax in India. You have GST cuts which have come in. You have RBI which has cut 100 basis points. Hopefully on 5th December they cut again. If they don't, by February they'll cut again. So you have a triple stimulus which has gone into the economy. It's reflecting in the corporate earnings already, and the markets will follow. So the EM time has come. Within EM, India's time is just coming. So one script, if you ask me, it's India. It's our time is coming. Next 12 months, 24 months are going to be very good. Next 10 years are going to be very good. So I would say that is the big change that is coming towards us.
Fantastic. Ajay, always so wonderful to have you with us on the show. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a good week. And we'll, of course, continue to track all the action for you, see as markets pick up during the day, and also keep your eye on those PSU banking names. That's all from us for now. Thanks for watching.